All right, hey, Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.
All right, we are the brothers here from the Great Millstone Atlanta Church. I want to start out by giving all praises, glory, and honor to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakah, Quadash.
All right, double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who grew well and push out this word at a high frequency. Peace and safety to the elect laboring around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make the calling of election sure. Shalom to you sincere brothers, man. All right. We here yet another again with a live stream, and we're just gonna go into prophecy, man. You know, with this being 2K18, a year of prophecy, hey, we're gonna touch prophecy, man. When you're dealing with prophecies, man, those are safe subjects, man. You know, it's subjects that deals with the scriptures. All right, you don't want to go into too many deep things that don't really line up with the scriptures. So dealing with prophecy and the words of YAHAWASHI, there's always safety. All right. So this, we're gonna go into basically how America is clearly destined for destruction, man. There's so many things happening around this American society right now that's just yelling, destroy me.
Yeah.
You know, it's clearly yelling with a bullhorn, destroy me.
Yeah.
You know, you got they just added a P to LGBT.
It's like 20 letters in that thing.
You know, yeah, the P stands for pedophile. You know,
Wow. Asexuals.
Yeah. Yep. Then you got T, another T for trans age, which is basically a grown man or a little 8-year-old girl trapped in a grown man's body. You know, you got wars, rumors of wars. All right, you got economic collapses. You got the microchip being pushed at an all-time high. Pestilence. Yeah, like the brother said, you got the flu going around. It's another virus I can't remember the name that's going around too. That's taking people out, man. Taking out kids and everything, man. All right. So all these scenarios and situations that's happening around the world right now today is clearly showing that America is destined for destruction, because these contractions are not going to do anything but get worse.
That's right.
You know? Go ahead.
This is Revelation 18:4, and it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins."
Hey, that's right. Hey, that literally the elect is going to actually hear that voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the voice that they're going to hear, and they're going to get beamed up. All right, and it says, "Be not what?
That ye be not partakers of her sins."
That's right, because America is filled with iniquity, man. It's filled with transgressions of the Holy Bible, and you Americans, really, y'all the most guilty country on the face of the earth, because the stuff that's happening in America, it's happening around the world. Mm-hmm. It's happening in Europe. It's happening in China. It's happening in Japan, India. You know, certain parts of the world. You got homosexuality happening all over there. But the difference is that America, they have claimed the Bible to constitute their land.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's the kicker. See, when you go to China, they don't follow the Bible. When you go to India, they don't follow the Bible. When you go to certain parts of the Eastern Hemisphere, they don't claim the Bible as the authoritative book. You Americans do, and you go against all the words of the Bible. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be accountable of the judgments of those transgressions. All right, go ahead, brother.
"And that ye receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven."
That's right. Her sins have reached unto heaven. All right. You got space trash out there, which that's not what it's talking about. All right. But you got trash up in the atmospheres, man.
Well, this guy Elon Musk allegedly shot a car out to space just to let it float out there. You know, made a big spectacle of it. You know, with a spaceman in it, and this is a car out there in space orbiting. Only the white man would do something like that.
Yeah, that's how you know this societies of Satan, because demons deal with filth, garbage, things out of order, things that's not organized. That's Satan, man.
Yeah,
that's why when you go with down with Jake is that it's always trash, and stinks. You know, people got demons on them, man. You know, and that's the so-called white man.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
And the so-called white man, through his perverseness and his wickedness, he actually recreated the whole cycle of life. That takes effort, man. That takes a harsh and rigorous hammering of the world to recreate it. Like, here it is, you got trash, like brothers was going into. You got trash all over the place. Why not use what the Most High naturally gave you as a decomposer? Pigs.
Right.
You got vultures. You got animals that's scavengers, and their job is to break down the filth of the earth because they have high acidity levels in their body, and their bodies is actually tailored design to clean the earth.
Right.
But what does the so-called white man do? He'll feed you the pigs, and then he'll dump the trash in different states.
God.
On top of that, deforestation.
Yeah.
All right, contaminating all the different lakes and the river stream. You can't drink out of these different water systems in America, man. Back in the time with Dad, all those different all throughout America, you could drink through these different water systems. Mississippi rivers and these streams and things. Yeah, those things are such. But now, through the so-called white man's rule, he just fucked this whole country up to the point it has to be destroyed. This is supposed to be eaten, man. This is literally supposed to be eaten. When the scriptures speak about in Genesis how the Most High set Adam eastward and Eden, the whole world is supposed to be paradise.
Yeah.
Right. All right, but through the so-called white man, he destroyed the whole world as you know it.
I had something else if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Revelation 11 and 18. And it says, and the nations were angry, and wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets.
That's right. And just to go back to the first point of that scripture, it said the nations were angry. Now you see that anger being kindled right now with these other nations, man. You got the North Koreans and the South Koreans reuniting, man, because they were in the midst of an armistice, all right, which is basically a ceasefire, all right. When you go back to the Korean War, when the North and the South, that's where you get that border, all right, and they had a war, you know, and what happened was they basically you know, they had a ceasefire where they stopped, you know, combating with each other. But now you're starting to see them get together, man. All right. You starting to see trade deals going on between South Korea and Russia.
Yeah.
You know, China and South Korea. You seeing Chinese or North Korean ships shipping oil and things of that nature over to China.
Yeah.
You know, you starting to see these nations coming up against America. You see the British president of Great Britain, or I think he's the prime minister or something. I can't remember the official title, but he said Donald Trump is not welcome in London, man.
Yeah.
Now that's the mother of America. All right. So that's what the scriptures say. The nations were angry, man. Go ahead, brother.
I saw the top. This is Revelation 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets.
And for what we're doing, there's going to be a reward, because if you're a part of the elect, you've been doing these works in Greece, in Rome, in the Dark Ages, Persia, Babylon. You know, even had an inkling of YAHAWASHI when you was in slavery, but you didn't have the truth.
Right.
But you had an inkling of the spirit. You was trying to find it, but at that time prophecy had to be fulfilled. Darkness had to cover the earth.
Birds had to fall asleep.
Yep. But even in that darkness, you still had some kind of drive towards the Heavenly Father, man. And the Lord seen that. So there's going to be a reward for that. Go ahead, bro.
And to the saints and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
That's right. And the scripture, that's the point. The scripture say, and shouldest destroy them that destroy the earth. Now, when you do a checklist on the destruction of America, every year they cut down trees the size of the country of Panama.
Yeah.
All right. Right now, they said today they've cut down so many trees since in America that it could fill the state of Texas, man.
Wow.
You know, it can fill the whole state of Texas, man. All right.
Well, and they even say with the state of Texas, you can fit all of the people in the world. In the state of Texas. So.
You see that? So that go to show you what you you not only have you destroyed the trees, you destroyed the agriculture. All right. Well, you have you know, dilapidated lands that don't even produce fruit. That was very nutrient rich. That now you can't even farm on those lands like Haiti. All right. Haiti was such a rich.
Fertile.
That's how you know the so-called white man is the devil. When an island don't produce crops, man.
Yeah.
They surrounded by water.
Yep. You
know, an island doesn't produce crops, man. And but when you look at the other half of that same island, it produces agriculture. But Haiti on the other side look like a damn desert in the Sahara Desert. Why is that? Because the French Edomites, they put them Haitians to work so much that they sucked all the nutrients out the land. All right. What's some other things that destroyed the earth? They pollute in the ocean. All right. It's out in the it's a certain part of the ocean. I can't remember where, but you got miles of trash.
Yeah.
Miles of it, man.
I think they say that I forgot it's a high percentage, just damn near 100% of all birds, ocean birds, have plastic trash in their digestive system in their bellies that they can't pass. So all those, that's why they tell you when you get those, you know, 6-pack of canned sodas,
right.
a little plastic, you're supposed to snip it. All right.
Yeah.
But really, it's all no matter however you slice it and dice it, you devils, you're to blame for all this because of your systematic way of corrupting this world. All right, with your consumerism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you strip people's ability to farm because when people work their own land, I believe I was listening to something. This farmer or this family might have spent like $20 in groceries to buy things that they didn't produce, like sugar, flour, little things like that around the house. But for the most part, they produce everything on their own land. There's no trash being produced. When I go to my garden and I pick a tomato and take it straight from the tomato vine to the kitchen. In this society, you go to the grocery store, everything's in a plastic bag. Everything's in a box. When you buy all that shit, you go to the register, they give you 30 plastic bags. All right? And all that shit creates what? Trash.
And on top of that, all these products, they get shipped from one part of the country onto the next. So they have to put preservatives. They have to put artificial chemicals in order to keep the food and whatever the product is intact. It is, you got to get these different fruits from all over the country and California and things of that nature. When just like the brother was going into, you really could just produce these things on the earth, man, in your field. All right, through even having cow manure and different forms of dung, so to speak, and actually tilling and mining the earth, you can actually yield these different things. But what do the so-called white men do? He passes legislations that restricts you. You have to get licensed to do certain things. You have to have license to fish, license to hunt, and different things of that nature. And you always have to depend on the government, you know. And that's actually extracting all the benefits, so to speak, of the system out. You know, it's making it where a system's not even working in conjunction with itself. Because the people, they represent the system. All right, if the people do certain things and if they could take care of themselves and survive to a certain degree, it takes the weight off of the system on the whole from doing all these different things to take care of them. All right. Well, but now they got to do double duty, basically. All right, just like through the different trucks. Now you got to have all kind of gas in the air. All right. All these different emissions and all these different things, all these fumes. That's another thing too. Mining, all this poison, man. This place is poisonous on the whole.
And go ahead.
I was going to say that's why, you know, scriptures speak about read Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. It speaks about Esau being as death.
That's right.
And what everywhere this man goes, this man is completely anti-life, man. You know, everywhere this man sets up shop, so to speak, he brings death, man. You know, that's why you got birds dropping out the sky. You know, certain sea life beaching themselves. Brothers going to the certain minings and the fumes in the air. You know, you got GMO foods.
GMO. Yeah, they dumping. They dumping waste in certain brooks and creeks. Toxic waste, and it's making all the salmon beach, you know, come up out the rivers. All right. You got a river in what is it, Argentina somewhere? It's just a river full of fucking trash, man. full of. If you look it up, brothers, you can go look it up. It's a river
it's
full of
called,
goddamn trash.
Great Pacific trash. I think it's called. If you look it up, Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
Yeah, it's some bullshit, man. Like the brother just read. Hey, the Lord said He's going to destroy him that destroyed the earth.
Right.
That's only one of the transgressions, man. If you would have cut off all the lights in America and put a giant black light over this place, it'd be filled with nut, snot, blood,
AIDS,
viruses, fungus, bacteria.
You'll see all kind of unclean waste products, man. And you know how the so-called white man justifies his pollution of the earth? Policy.
Yeah.
He just comes with policy. He just writes out a policy
and blames the people.
And blame the people. That's how he took power of the earth.
That's why here in a city like Atlanta, which Atlanta's they don't do this in all these cities around Babylon. We have to pay yearly emissions tests on our vehicles.
Yeah.
All right. And what is an emissions test? That's a tax on the air. They're basically blaming us individually for polluting the air. So we have to make sure our vehicles that they created are in good enough shape to not pollute the air when it's their fucking fault.
Right.
That's right.
Why all this pollution is in the air. Here it is every morning. Here it is. You might not even really have a car on the regular. But when you go to your job, what is in the air? Man, it look like somebody's, it's like a graffiti. It look like a subway in Harlem in the sky. Smog and chemtrails and shit.
Yeah.
All right. You devils, like we was going into just the writing on the wall, just that the spirit got us on just your pollution on the planet Earth, man. That in itself is another reason for you to be judged and you to be removed off the planet Earth forever. That's why you stupid niggas out here that want to act like Esau can be saved. Esau is going to be saved long enough to build our kingdom, and he has to be erased. Because Esau, like the brother said, Esau is anti-life.
Right.
The kingdom is going to be pro-life.
And, and at the end of the day, when you read the scriptures and you have an understanding on Esau, going back to Cain, his only job was to be the adversary.
That's right.
His job was to be adverse and to basically get on us when we were to go off. He's the whipping stick. When you read that in Psalm 17 and 13, that sword. All right, but after he's done his job, basically whipping our asses for our transgressions, and we accomplish this feat. The scriptures tell you in Lamentations, we ain't gonna go in captivity no more. Why the hell are we gonna need the adversary when we're gonna be perfect and the law is gonna be established in our inward parts, man?
Yep.
I got some.
The devil will be no more. You don't need the devil at that point of life, man. When perfection, when everything is positive, you don't need that negative charge, so to speak, to oppose it, man.
Mm-hmm.
We defeated death. We defeated death. That's the prophecy in 1 Corinthians. Death is swallowed up. Oh, death, where is that sting? The 15th chapter. All right.
Yeah, I got something real quick. This is Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Through his policy, his amendments, the executive orders, and all these different legislations. All right, through his legislations, homosexuals get to roam around freely. Back in the day, homosexuality was known as a mental illness. All right, they called it, before it was called HIV, it was known as gay immunodeficiency syndrome, man. Gays. Look it up.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
All right, but this so-called white man, through his order out of chaos, he just pushes out all kind of wickedness. Now you got men with they brides inside of them.
Yep.
Here it is. You could pay the right amount of money, just like this one guy. He paid like $75,000, and he turned himself into the celebrity he wants to. You had this other asshole. He turns into a fucking alien, man.
So you see the show Celebrity Therapy that was on VH1 a few years back with Joe Budden. And the famous scene with Joe Budden kind of like because there was a man on there, all right, that basically was a supermodel that turned into a fucking transgender woman, right? Had ass, titties, had a pussy, all right. And if you look that picture up, if nobody told you that was a man, you wouldn't know it was a man. All right. And you know what? I gotta say it. If anybody gonna say it's me, man. Yeah. And you fucking women, you're to blame for that shit, you nigga women, man. Yeah. All right. Because of the other nations, a fucking man can't pass as an Asian woman. A man can't pass as a white woman. But of the nation of Israel, it's okay for a man to just pass as a fucking woman, man.
Don't judge.
Because you fucking women, you cake yourselves up with makeup. You're unnatural. You're anti the earth too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You have a lot to blame. A lot of blame of the destruction of the planet Earth has a lot to do with you fucking nigga women too, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a big trash producer.
Yeah.
You're a big consumer.
Yep.
You benefit the most off of this devil system, man.
Right.
Of course. Yeah.
You're to blame too.
That's right. Yeah, you know, and I'm gonna get this word for craft in Daniel 8:25. Now the word is the Hebrew word is marama, which means deceit or treachery. All right, so I'm gonna read it again. Daniel 8:25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft or deceit or treachery to prosper in his hand. That's why nobody gets mad when you see abandoned tires, 100 abandoned tires on the west side. Nobody gets mad about that. You know, nobody gets mad when you see homosexuals prancing around the cities of America. Right. All up in the hotel rooms, you know, just destroying the hotel rooms, man.
And then you travel to these cities and you take your family on a vacation and these fucking house hotels too, they don't clean these rooms properly.
Nah.
You think they go in these hotel rooms and clean it down and bleach it down?
Yeah, they showed that on the Super Bowl out there in Minnesota. They had a report on it, the special edition. They had a special edition. The lady went around to the hotel rooms, right? And you had heroin needles in there, condoms, cigarette butts.
Well, you can smell from right when you go in the hotel. You can smell what kind of addict was in the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just the smell in the air. They don't even really use what's that spray air freshener. They don't use that shit. Febreze or whatnot.
Yes, I got.
I went to a couple of hotels like that. I used to do a lot of out of town work and go to hotels, and I had to tell them, man, I can't stand here, man. You smell like straight fucking cigarettes. You smell the bed. You got them actually cigarette burns, and they got them comforter.
Yeah, they had fucking blood on one of the sheets in there, man. Blood, bro.
This place is filthy, man.
Yes,
and
yeah.
it's you devils to blame, man. But I got that. The brother brought out the definition of a craft, and when you go into that word treachery, it says treasonable or perfidious conduct.
Hey, you so-called white people committed treason.
That's right.
All right, you committed treason against the earth, against nature, and also against YAHAWASHI, because you know why? You had the statutes and commandments. That's right. All right, you knew this. You knew this Bible. You so-called white people knew this Bible. When you put the Israelites in captivity, you knew this Bible, man. You elites knew this, man.
Yeah.
All right. It was in your power.
They know they're Edomites.
Yep.
You know you're Edomites. You know that the nation of Israel is us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
You know all these things. You have all the artifacts. You know that you know that when the earth is you have all the records.
They even know the reaction to things by not keeping the laws, man. That's right. You knew that if you didn't keep the laws, that the earth would react like this. You knew it.
Yep.
So you committed treason, man.
Yeah.
All right.
But I was gonna say before you read, I was gonna say that's how they're able to lie too. You can't lie that good unless you know what the truth is, man. You know? So that they know, okay, you know that's that. So let's spin it this way. Let's put this out there. You know, let's put that out there.
That's why the birthright wasn't given to your pale ass anyway. Right. Because you would have if the birthright was given to Esau, man, that whole nation would have automatically just went against the scriptures, man. Went against the laws, man. That's why the birthright wasn't given to your ass in the beginning.
That's right.
You know, but I'm gonna finish this scripture real quick, and then I'm gonna pass it to you, brothers. All right. It says, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes.
And that's what he does. He tricks you stupid ass people. Through his peace. Oh, it's just all the benefits you. All right, we're gonna build this $1 billion stadium in the middle of the city and cut trees down and put more parking lots and more parking decks, all because it benefits you. When it's only lining his pockets up with more money.
That's right.
All right. here it is, another sign, to throw this out there too for prophecy. They just announced that people aren't even signing up. These countries aren't even signing up to be partakers in the Olympics anymore. Because when the Olympics go around every 2 to 4 years, whatever country it's in, it literally destroys that place.
Yeah,
All right?
The after effects.
The after effects. That's what Esau does. We come in with peace. We bring the Olympics. It opens up the world to your country or your city. It's going to bring tourism and all that shit. But they don't tell you on the backside 10 years later, you stuck with a stadium you can't use no more. You stuck with a building in a facility to keep these people that you paid $3 billion for.
Yeah.
All right. What's tomorrow? The Winter Olympics opening ceremony in North Korea.
Yeah.
They said that the projected budget there was going to be $10 billion. These people went over $40 billion in budget.
Yeah.
For the fucking Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Hey, even with like the brother saying with the Olympics, not only do they mess your city up physically, but spiritually,
morally.
Yeah. Hey, right? Because look at Atlanta for instance. The Olympics came here to Atlanta, right? Now after the Olympics came and left, all right, drugs just shot out the roof, man. Diseases, gangs, homosexuality, freaknik, all of these immoral spiritual rituals has taken over this goddamn city.
There was a bombing at the Olympics.
Well, that's why in Rome, I forget the Caesar, he banned the Olympics. The Olympics have been banned multiple times. The Olympics go back to the 700 BC era.
Yeah,
all right, the Greeks. That's a long time ago.
Which was the jet fights.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it went from that point to it died off because it's tied into idolatry. The Olympics is all about idolatry, so it comes with a spirit. Like if you remember in '96, when I lived here in Georgia, you remember the torch ran through they had the torch run
with Muhammad Ali.
And Muhammad Ali was the last runner. Yep. That torch goes back to the Illuminated ones. Yep. All right, that's the same torch as Lady Liberty. All right.
So if I could say real quick, you can get it right back. You got Lady Liberty on top of the Georgia State Capitol. Yeah. Right on top of Georgia State Capitol is the same lady holding the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. Right on top, and you brothers can look it up on top of the Georgia State Capitol, and that actually does what? It sends a vibration throughout this city. Because what? Because the dome of that Capitol is made of what? Gold. Which what? Gold is a precious resource in the Bible, and gold holds a spirit. That actual resource or that metal,
it's a conductor.
It conducts energy, and it pushes it out, and they pushing it right out through what? Through Lady Liberty. That's why when they say what? You come to Atlanta, you can be gay, you can be this, you can be that, you can be all of these things, man. But because you've done so, it's going to be your demise.
If I can say something real quick, I was going to say, look at the different cities. The only cities that's ever hosted the Olympics in America is Atlanta, Los Angeles, and St. Louis. And if you look at those three cities, look at Los Angeles right now. Yeah. Los Angeles County is finished, man.
Yeah.
10 million people in one county that could pop at any moment. That's why they want to make a whole new California. They want to leave you niggas and you spicks in LA County, and we're going to take all the resources and we're going to keep it all to our fucking self, man. Look at St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis is terrible.
Yeah, it's just
it's a horrible place.
Hey, they even got a portal.
I'm pretty sure there's a murder capital coming.
Yeah, a portal.
They got a portal, man. That channels all kind of evil demons.
Right.
St. Louis is every year. St. Louis is always one of the worst cities in America. Man. You know, and why is that? Hey, all of these things is writings on the wall, man. If somebody too could hold Daniel 5:26, and hey, let's get these scriptures rolling, man. I'm gonna pass it to y'all, bro.
You got something?
All right, this is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Yeah, and you know, and America, and not only America, all right, Europe, Okay, all of these different countries were established on blood, man. That's how you know that YAHAWASHI is not gonna only just nuke America. He's gonna nuke certain parts of the world that was established on blood, man. All right, and even if they don't get nuked, so to speak, the elect gonna come back and shed the blood of the inhabitants of that land.
Right.
Because that's the only way to cleanse it. All right. The scriptures say what? Life is in the blood. The blood of the saints cry out to the Most High and say, how long till you avenge the blood of the saints? That's in the book of Revelations, man. You know? So the blood that's in the dirt, because that life was in that blood is crying out to the Heavenly Father. Man.
Yeah.
How long, man? How long? You got certain Native American chiefs and Indians that was probably righteous men. They probably in they village, they probably was teaching the laws and commandments, man. Yeah. They probably was telling the, teaching the people of that village that the name is Yahawah. All right, the son name is YAHAWASHI, and they wrote in the ancient Hebrew, and they kept the law to the best. And they had nigga Gadites that came through and ran through their villages. Yeah. But they had Edomites come through and ran through their villages, man. That blood is still crying out, man. Yeah. All right, the Negro man that came in captivity that was of the elect and his family that got slaughtered. That blood is still crying out. The saints that was over in Europe, they got decimated during the Renaissance period. That blood is still crying out.
Got cut out the wombs.
Yeah, I got a quick precept just to go into the blood. This is Luke 11:51. From the blood of Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, which perisheth between the altar and the temple.
Oh man, see that?
A to Z.
A to Z.
Verily I say unto you, it shall be required of this generation.
It shall be required, man. And when it says it's a requirement, that means what? It must come to pass, man.
And you white people got a lot to pay for.
Yeah.
You can listen to these bootleg wicked ass camps and believe that shit if you want, man. But you got a lot to fucking pay for, man. All the wickedness you've done to these animals.
Every tab.
All right, what was it? Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
Which president was it?
The
Buffalo killer.
Yeah, and the Native killer. Yeah.
You know, just killing all the buffaloes just so that they couldn't feed.
Yeah.
Because
they got a mound. They got a mound where he's actually standing on top of all the souls, man.
Yeah.
Well, you go ahead. That's all.
I was gonna say, you killed all these animals. You put it's more lions in America in zoos than in Africa.
Yeah.
Under your rulership.
Oh, and that's showing you these goddamn devils too. Because just like with the Romans, they were slaughtering so many whether it was elephants, rhinos, lions, tigers, they were slaughtering so many of them that they actually lowered the livestock in Africa. That takes work, man.
Yes.
It was sometimes when you read in the Colosseum stories how they would just slaughter thousands just for the entertainment of these people. It's the same thing today. Look at all these different zoos. Yeah. Hey, us brothers, we went to the zoo. It was years back. You actually see on the lifespan it'll say like 55 years in the wild, and then it say 34 years in captivity.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot of animals that's extinct in Africa. You know, going extinct and endangered species. You know, all kind of endangered. These animals not supposed to be endangered. You know, but I'll say this. I wanted to make a point from this past weekend. All right, at our camp. Okay, we had a line full of straight Edomites, man. You know, you might have some Jakes, a few Jakes mixed in, but hey, it was like we saw damn near 100,000 Edomites just lined up for their judgment, man. You know,
yeah, like a conveyor belt of crackers.
Yeah, yeah. If I can say, you know, going back to like brother said about the Edomites, man, and the animals. That's why the scripture speak about what the teeth the wild beasts.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
Then the scripture say what the beast of
devour it.
No, it say neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the field. Job.
Yeah.
So these animals were getting busy on you devils too, man.
Yeah.
Horses.
Right alongside the men of the Lord, man.
That's right.
You know.
Hey, if I could say something too, you Edomites ain't the only ones that destroyed the earth. You Moabites destroyed the earth.
Yeah.
You Ammonites, all right. You Hamites, that's right. You Elamites, y'all destroy the earth, man. All of you.
Yep.
All of y'all. Yeah. Don't just point fingers at the so-called white man now.
Because they benefit this, right?
Yeah, they doing hellified shit up under this so-called white man because of his policy.
Right.
His policy allows them to do that. When you go to China, these Chinese people got all kind of pollutions going on. They destroying all the octopus, man.
They gotta these fucking gooks gotta they gotta drink air. They buying air in bottles.
Yeah, they gotta buy canned air.
That's how bad it is over there in China. The smog is so bad where people actually can't go outside. There's a video where they show you in the high rises, and they look down, and you would think that it's like if we was at the brother's old spot, and you see how the clouds would be.
Mm-hmm.
It's not clouds. It's smoke. It's smog and toxins.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is over there.
Yeah.
One point I just thought about something. We said the Olympics, because you remember a few years back, the Olympics was over there in China.
Yeah,
they had to basically shut down life there for like a few days to take a picture of the city so the background will be clear.
Oh man, that's
crazy.
You see that?
Toxic.
So hey, you Moabites is at fault too.
Yeah,
that's right. All you other nations because the so-called white man set up policies. He set up policies that allow you to do this type of crap, and you go through with it.
That's right.
That's why the brother read the scripture earlier that said what the nations were mad. All right, because why? Because they have basically adopted the customs and the rituals of Satan, and now they're going to have to be punished for it. All right, you Chinese people, man, you got sun-dried tomatoes over there filled with rats, man.
Yeah.
All right, you got human butcher shops.
Yeah, cats and dogs.
Selling now it's legal to sell dog meat here in America.
Yep.
It's legal to sell dog meat.
And before it was actually labeled as legal, we've been eating shit anyways, man.
Gooks.
The Most High gonna get you too, man, and he's gonna use a lot of the elect to get a lot of you other nations, man. All right, a lot of you other nations gonna be preserved from nuclear fire. And you're gonna get rounded up after the elect come back down.
Elect in their glory, man.
Yeah, you're gonna get rounded up, and you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt bad, man, because of what you're doing out here, man.
Yeah. This is a quick little little jab to the gut.
They're slaying them precepts.
It's Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done. Yeah, you're gonna receive for your wrongdoings, man. All right.
Bitch, man.
Karma's a bitch, like the brother Barzal just said.
It's
Karma's
Justice.
It's fair.
justice,
Like this devil had his cake and ice cream, whooping the earth all up and down, and the people in it. But he don't want to pay the bill.
Right.
Here it is. You done ran. You done been in the strip club. You done got mad dances. Been drinking bottles.
Yeah.
Going in the back, going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's time. Well, sir, you owe us $100,000 for the night. You don't want to pay.
Yeah.
That's Esau.
Yeah.
Hey, I must needs back you up on
Like I say, if I could add this point in there real quick, hey, that's why the other nations backing away from your ass right now too.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, I done got too far into this shit, this devil, man.
Yep.
God damn, I ain't know this nigga was gonna have me doing this shit. I thought he was just gonna set me up, give me some money, and let me do my thing, man.
Yeah.
But now these other nations starting to see, look, hey, I ain't fucking with it. I ain't going that far, man.
Right.
But hey, even yet and still, you other nations gonna have to get your ass whooped.
Right,
because hey, you other nations have made the whole world Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
America is the main source of it. All right. But when you go to China, man, it's confusion over there.
Yep. Tokyo.
You go to Europe, it's confusion over there.
Well, if I could say really,
Dubai.
this ain't just Babylon is where the great destruction is going to be. But overall, when you read in the book of Daniel, this is the downfall of Esau.
That's right.
That's right. Yep.
Babylon is part of Esau's system.
Enterprise.
That's right.
Enterprise.
That's right.
But overall, we're witnessing the downfall of the Edomites.
Yeah, the beast system.
Right? It ain't like the Edomites that support Babylon is going to go down and be in slavery.
Yep.
And the Edomites like Russia. No, they're all. If you are an Edomite, you're going into slavery. You're all guilty of the same charges.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Your ass is going down.
Sure.
Hey, and in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna have levels of Edomites.
Yeah.
Amalek gonna be the lowest level.
Mhm.
Just like in Israel's captivity. Who's the lowest tribe? Judah.
Yeah.
You know, you got some tribes out here in the world, man. Really, to be honest, you got some tribes out here living it the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, they do anything.
Yeah,
Over there,
Mexicans, man.
Argentina, and certain parts of certain parts of Brazil and South America, they live in lavish, man.
Yeah,
You
a lot
can't
of
tell them a damn
Dominicans.
thing. They don't care about the prophecy. They don't care about Esau's system.
Go to
Man,
bed.
they could live off the land. You got fruits in abundance. All kind, like over there in the Amazon, you got so many different varieties of fish and things of that nature. You think they care about the fall of America? That's the last thing they're concerned with. Or their forefathers that got their territory taken over. They don't care about those things, man.
Mhm.
But they're gonna have to face the judgment too, because just like the brothers is going into, when this whole thing falls, everything has to fall, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It's got to be reset.
You got to think about the scriptures tell you one of the main laws is to destroy the idols. It's idols in every city, every country. All right, all throughout Europe, all throughout Africa.
Yeah.
Heathenistic customs.
The Easter heads in the ground, they got it.
Yeah.
Over there in China, it's a big fucking, it's a Buddha that's sitting in the mountain.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like, it's like size of a mountain. Like you would look up, people travel to it. It's a big Buddha thing sitting. It took like a couple hundred years or so to build that shit.
Hey, even in the land of Ham,
Yeah.
you got it's a big fucking statue of a big black nigga holding a baby. You know, it's a big grand fucking statue, man.
The
Hey.
pyramids.
Yeah, the pyramids.
You got
Hey.
that one in Brazil, Caesar
Caesar
Borgia.
Borgia.
Yeah, you got a lot. It's a lot of items. Hey, it's a lot of weapons we gotta destroy. A lot of nuclear sites,
tanks.
a lot of tanks, missiles.
Cars.
Yeah, all kind of stuff that's out here that got to get destroyed, man. So, hey, the destruction of America ain't the end of the destruction. Right. A lot of this shit gonna be getting put down out
That's
here.
just 1 hour.
That's just 1 hour.
Yeah.
That's just 1 hour of
You know?
judgment. The Lord said He's gonna destroy Babylon in 1 hour, and
Yeah,
then from there, the new heaven and the new earth will descend down.
The whole earth got to be cleansed, man. You know, the whole earth, man. And it has to start. Hey, you know how you got a part of let's say you cleaning a dish, and you got just one part of the dish is just like the dirtiest part. You got to scrub that motherfucker the hardest. That's America.
Yeah.
You know, with that
Cake grease.
with that barbecue stain, man. You know that barbecue stain from the microwave,
Yeah.
man. You know, you got to scrub that motherfucker just a little harder than the rest of the plate. Hey, that's America.
The sitting and got them kicking so long.
That hard.
That's
fried barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
You know, so
and the land of Israel, because those two countries, they're gonna get the hardest whip, so to speak. They're gonna get the hardest lashes. All right, the land of Israel, that's supposed to be the most holy land. All right, and it's nothing but debauchery there. You got gay parades. You got all kind of idols all throughout there. You got the cobblestone, all right, and all these different all the ruins of David and things of that nature.
Yeah,
all that stuff has to get cleaned up. We're gonna rebuild the city of David. We're gonna rebuild the city of Solomon and Jerusalem and all throughout Israel and things of that nature. The scriptures speak about how the floor is gonna be transparent gold. In order to do that, what you have to do, you got to break up the concrete. You got to retill the land and things of that nature, re-outline it, and then you got to lay the slab of gold. Of course, you got to get the gold. Where's the gold gonna come from? These devils, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because the Rothschilds, the Illuminati, these crackers that have these different gold reserves, silver reserves, and what your brother was going into diamonds. That immense amount of diamonds.
Yeah, because
we're gonna take all these different things and we're gonna rebuild Jerusalem and really the whole known world, our palaces and things and such.
And that's right, because you got to remember too, the so-called white man took a lot of our ancient gold and artifacts and they melted it. And they formed their gold Molech and their gold Dagons. You know, they took our gold and they melted it, and then they added certain impurities to our gold.
Stretched it.
They stretched it so that they can add their stat. So what you think we're gonna do? We're gonna take that gold back, they gold relics and statues and cups, and we're gonna remelt it, and we're gonna get rid of all the impurities, and we're gonna form back our menorahs.
That's
You know?
That's what these crackers do, man. These crackers these crackers with these super 100, 10, 15 million, $20 million homes, $100 million homes. What you think? Where you think that gold that's in them houses come from? Them devils that live a certain delicious life. See, like we were saying about Israel. Why Israel's gonna get hit hard is because they living free over there.
Oh yeah.
We work to pay. We work to pay for them over there.
Yeah.
How much billions of dollars get shipped from America to Israel for them fucking rats to live the lives that they live? All right. So the same thing. These devils are particular with the way that they live their life, man. You probably had a crack out here with hardwood floors in his house that the wood came from a slave ship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The gold that came out of the temple of Jerusalem.
Yeah.
He got a wall of it in his house. He made a toilet out of it. These fucking devils hate us, man.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah, they
mentality of
do.
Esau. Just like these, you see that even in Esau's house. One of the main things they always put up is animals of slaughter, antelopes, reindeer, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
They always put it as shrines. Esau loved. That's where you get the term trophy from. The word trophy goes back to the word which means meat. All right, trophy doesn't mean an actual gold medal, so to speak, or thing of that nature.
Granny.
Yeah, that's not what trophy means. Trophy was known. People would actually get trophies from beheading or chopping body parts off and actually using it as a shrine.
Like what King David did with Goliath.
Yep, what King David did with Goliath. Yep, you would actually behead and you would actually keep that. A lot of times, like with Egypt, they would have preservatives. It's ways that you can embalm and keep basically the what's the word? Basically the body part, so to speak, functioning and still intact instead of deteriorating. And that's how the so-called white man gets down,
And
man.
that's why women call it trophies.
Yeah.
Not a trophy wife.
Trophy wife.
Yeah.
But let's get back into the precepts.
I got
Whoever
some.
got some, we can go ahead and roll them out because this is a fire lesson, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that this is a fire lesson. And real quick before you get that precept, I wanted to get this comment that Elder Inop left on the comment board. Actually, the Elder Inop, hey, Shalom.
Shalom, elders.
Yeah, and all the rest of the brothers that's on the comment board, Shalom to you. All right, he said everything from Grammy, Super Bowl, World Series are all satanic rituals. Isaiah 47 chapter, where are thine enchantments?
Yeah.
So everything, man. That is just another clear implication that America is on its way out, man.
That's right.
All these satanic, hey, what was the down? What is a pivotal building in Rome to this day that people go back and visit? The Colosseum.
Yeah.
It goes to show you that before Rome went down, that's what was going on over there.
Yeah.
Games, rituals, ceremonies, entertainment, soul and
Bread and circus.
If I could say, just look, if you really pay attention to the last few weeks, right? What did we just have? We just had the Super Bowl. What was before that? You had, I think, the Grammys.
Yeah.
What are we having? This Friday is like we spoke
Winter
on.
Olympics.
The Winter Olympics ceremony is opening up. These are all rituals. Then what is after that?
March Madness.
All-Star weekend for
Oh, yeah.
basketball.
Oh, it's just a ongoing.
Like goddamn, it's like every week you turn around, it's something monumental.
Then you got Easter coming.
If I could say that, that's how Esau has to keep the distractions rolling. All right, he has to keep it so that you don't actually
Have time to
think of what's going on. See, because when you talk to these people, like when you have small talk to Jake, right? What's always the topic? Either my birthday, the Super Bowl. If you talk to a nigga, it's always the same topic. Oh yeah, Valentine's Day coming up. It's always every couple weeks. It's always all right. Yeah, what you got going on? Oh, well, I'm getting ready for New Year's. It's always some new. That's how Esau keeps you asleep.
That's why I'm speaking about consumerism, because Esau never lets you just sit back and learn how to actually utilize your funds. If you really think about it, you actually make a decent amount of money, but you always gotta fucking spend, man. And just like the brother was saying, you got even during the end of the year, you got Thanksgiving and Christmas, and in between, just like the brother said, all these different sports celebrations, all these different concerts, and all these different events. That's the world, man. Yeah. That's why the Most High, he actually strips us out of that world, man. Because the scriptures speak about how wisdom coming by opportunity of leisure. These people use their leisure time to fuck up.
around.
Hey, we use our leisure time to do what? These videos,
Yeah.
edify one another, build ourselves up, so that we can actually dominate. Hey, is that not what Esau do? These people at the top, they don't fucking indulge in these Super Bowls and things of that nature. All right, some of them may watch things just for gathering sake. A lot of vice presidents, they don't just go to the Super Bowl to see the game, but because when you do these things, you're amongst the people. You gain the favor of the people.
Yeah.
Right. But really, what are they doing in the background? They're actually setting up policies.
It's a tool.
They're doing these different
Against
things
the people.
against the people when these people are in the time of sleep. But you had
Right side, you got. I got some etymology in it.
Oh, yeah, brothers going into it. I got the just the Edom online dictionary. Just the word amusement. Basically gets to the point. It says diversion of attention. Yeah.
Yeah, break it down, brother.
Yeah, diversion of attention, man. Like the brothers going into, you got these different events and festivals and whatnot. Why? It's to divert your attention from what's really going on, man. You know, you got Valentine's Day coming up, like the brother said. You got the All-Star Weekend, Super Bowl just passed. Man, Esau's behind the scenes doing all, yeah, Black History Month. You know, Esau behind the scenes doing all, God knows what, man. You know, sacrificing bodies, drinking blood, signing wicked bills and shit. Bills and you know, putting a new chemical in Big Macs. Yeah. Semen. Yeah, like sandwiches. And now they're saying that it's a chemical. It's a new chemical in McDonald's fries that help grow your hair.
Help grow your hair.
You got me fucked up.
Yeah, right.
shit. My head gonna be fucked up to the king.
Yeah, ain't nobody eating that shit, man.
What about the side effects though?
Right.
You get your hair back, but you got
high cholesterol.
Yeah,
arteries.
that potato gonna be in your goddamn stomach for the rest of your life. You know? Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
Get the scripture.
That was the point.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is
You know?
This is Micah 5 and 10. And I read down and it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots."
Hey, if I can say something, a lot of you people, y'all ain't gonna have access to that Tesla. Y'all ain't gonna have access to that BMW, to that gas station, man.
That Hummer.
That Hummer. Lord gonna take all that, man. Get your foot game up. All right,
That's right.
all you people out here, you fat ass, but get your foot game up, man.
All you fat fucks saying you don't get out of the neighborhood, man.
Yeah. Because and that's what we're going into. We're going into a time of serious uncomfort, man. All right, because you people, all you know is convenience. All right? Uber. I'm gonna order Uber Eats straight to my fucking door, man. You know, that's these niggas, man.
That's these
you people are straight in just a position of comfort, and that's why you got to go down, man. It's because all you know is just complete. It's just complete comfort. Everything you people haven't suffered. You people haven't went through nothing dire, man. All right, you people haven't gone, weeks, or you haven't gone through a real bad economy. You went through that little mini ass recession in 2008. Yeah, that shit wasn't nothing, man. But you gonna have to deal with some serious times when the economy completely collapses, man. All right, when you can't go to the store, you can't hop in your car like the brother said. You people are gonna be inconvenienced, man. Very soon.
That's right, man. Go ahead, brother.
Come here. Verse 11, and it says, "And I will cut off the cities of thy land and throw down all thy strongholds."
That's right. Hey, what book is that up?
This is Micah 5.
Hey, the scriptures say what? The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So Micah is quoting the same thing Ezra was quoting. This is a quarantine he's talking about, man.
Yeah.
Read that part again about the cities.
This is Micah 5 and 11. "And I will cut off the cities of thy land."
See, that's what you call a quarantine, man. Did not Ezra say there should be two left to a city?
Yeah,
you should desire to go into a city.
Not be able to,
and shall not be able to. So why are these prophets? If the Bible is a book of fairy tales, it's a book of an odyssey,
motivation.
The Bible is an epic. An epic is like this just made up story.
Like the epic of Gilgamesh.
Right. If the Bible is such an epic, why is all these prophets having these same visions and they writing it down according to the prophet that came before them, and then the prophets that come afterwards have the same visions, man. Why? Because these things are inspired by the Heavenly Father, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Go ahead.
Verse 12, and I will, this was just the point, and I will cut off witchcraft out of thy hand.
That's right. This whole society is based on witchcraft. The inception of America is witchcraft, man.
Credit. That's witchcraft.
That's witchcraft. What
Money that you think that you have, but you don't have. Debt is a form of witchcraft. How Esau put it, you know.
Yeah.
He just rearranges these different numbers, and everybody has artificial numbers on top of their head.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
No, you go ahead. You got to go ahead.
Yeah, because it's a hot lesson. It's a lot, man. You know, this is a hot topic, and this is something that all of us is passionate about. All right. Hey, the Lord tell you, man. The Lord, hey, Yahawashi said, vengeance is burning in his heart. You know, he can't wait to get vengeance. So, hey, that's why we so hot in these type of lessons. Hey, revenge is one of the best. Is one of the best feelings known to man.
That's sweet to the lips.
You know, so I was gonna say, you got all these satanic rituals. Like, look at the Super Bowl that just happened. You know, the halftime show where they had the whole Prince symbol illuminated the whole city of fucking Minneapolis, man. What was the name? Y'all know that symbol? Yeah. They had it in purple all throughout the whole fucking layout of the city. You know, they had they cut on purple lights all over the city. And it showed it from an aerial view, you can see Prince's symbol. And the top of the symbol was the stadium. So that's witchcraft, man.
The very fact that the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles played the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
that was a ritual.
That's right. Yeah, you know, hey, from the chemicals in the food. All right, that's witchcraft because how do we know that there's witchcraft? All right, because if you go and eat something in the earth, right, that you're not supposed to eat, automatically your body is going to reject it. Automatically, your body is going to instantly react to that substance and say that this is not for the body. You go eat a McDonald's burger, that shit is not for the body, but the body is going to accept it. Why? Because there's witchcraft in these restaurants that makes it tricks the body. It makes the body think, oh, this is good food.
This is real food.
This is real food. Yeah. This is nourishment. So the body accepts it. It breaks it down. And then once it breaks it down, your body reacts and say, this shouldn't have came in my fucking body, man.
Hey, like in the comment section, Miguel Rose said, a birth certificate, that's witchcraft.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The fact that you're gonna put me on a receipt. Yeah. You're gonna give me a social security
number.
You're gonna give me a number, you're gonna give me a debit card. Money. You're gonna see, you call these houses.
Yeah. And that's all psychological effects too. You know, all that. Yeah, it works in the subconscious. You know how the brother said
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's witchcraft.
Yeah, exactly. How you look forward to Monday, or no, you look forward to Friday. All right, you hate Mondays. You know, Esau got you niggas set up, man.
Yeah.
Esau got you completely just lost in the sauce. You lost in the system, man. This Monday through Friday bullshit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. Friday, get paid on Friday.
That's why you have a Saturday, which is Saturn's day, which is Satan's day.
Yep.
That's the last day, really, till you get liberty to be a demon, man. And then after that, what? The sun rises. You know, that's why you got to make yourself back holy again. When you have Sunday, and that's when you purify yourself through the week. You know, Monday too. All that it's actually a satanic ceremony that you're going through all throughout the cycle of the world.
The stock exchange.
Yeah.
That's witchcraft. All right. The New York Stock Exchange is witchcraft. All right. Cryptocurrency is witchcraft. The dollar bill is a talisman. It has satanic symbols all over the dollar bill, from the 100 all the way down to the coin.
We would be rude if we forgot the biggest witch in America, the fucking black woman, man. She's a witch.
Yes.
These bitches.
You can't exclude her.
It's like six women in one.
Yeah, she got leaders on her.
She got spirits on her. She wipe that makeup off. It's a whole different bitch.
Person. Every day of the week, she got different goddamn. She look like a whole nother woman, man.
That's witchcraft.
One day she got red hair. Next thing she got the short. Next thing she got half cut. Then she got a full head of hair. Man, that's goddamn witchcraft. That's why they wear mascara. Now, mascara goes back to the word of masking. To actually mask or cover yourself is a form of witchcraft. That was what the Egyptians used to do, man. Whenever you're covering your true image, you're actually deceiving the person to the outward image that
right.
you
That's when you get the masquerade.
Yeah, masquerade.
You know, when the people will walk around holding the mask, and they will hide their identity because what was going on in those masquerades was freak fest.
And they still got that today because a lot of these little secret, they got these little secret clubs where you got to pay $10,000 for a membership, but you got to have a certain name or whatever. They still wear them little masks and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, that's why the Lord.
Fraternities.
That's right. That's why the Lord said in the scriptures that He was going to cut off all the witchcraft, man.
Right.
All right. So let's get some more precepts. Let's get some more precepts because this is a fire lesson, man.
Let me read it one more time.
All right, go. Yeah, you got it.
Micah 5:12, and I will cut off witchcraft out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers.
Yeah, hey, all of that shit is gonna be. Elon Musk is a soothsayer, man.
Yeah, he's like a straight up warlock.
He's a warlock, man.
Yes.
Why is this nigga's name so big? Just out the blue.
Yeah.
You know, Steve Jobs. Who is these niggas, man?
Right.
Who is what's this guy, the chief executive officer of Amazon now? The richest man on the face. This nigga got to be a witch, man.
Yeah.
You know, I forget his name, but he's actually the richest man on the face of the earth right now.
Look,
They claim him to be the richest man on the face.
Well, look at
Mark Zuckerberg.
You said Steve Jobs, the Apple, the very so-called bite that you have on your Apple, your iPhone, your MacBook is witchcraft. It goes back to them believing they gained their power through Adam and Eve biting the apple in the Garden of Eden. That's what the very apple on your phone is witchcraft.
Man.
Yeah, all those different symbols. All of them, whether the Google sign, a lot of times you think that Google sign is a G, but it's actually an Ouroboros. Ouroboros is the snake that eats his own tail, which represents everlasting life. All these different pyramids. You have the phallic symbol, which is all that represents witchcraft, man. Phallic symbol, which is, and the opposite of the phallic symbol is the Vesica Pisces. All right, which is worshiping the woman's vagina. We literally in the belly of the beast.
We in a wicked amusement park,
man. Yeah, it's basically, that's why it's Babylon, city of confusion, man. You got all of these ancient deities and spirits, you know, it's idols, all this
lumped
into this pot, man.
Revving the fuck up.
Lump sum of demons.
But you know, that's why you gotta be encapsulated in the spirit of YAHAWASHI, really, man.
That's right.
All right, because you form a hedge around yourself where demons can't penetrate you.
That's right.
You know, that's why it's so important to do what? To be laboring, to be linking up with the brotherhood. You know, and Lord willing, I'm gonna do a video on that. You know, I hear a lot of brothers they speak about do your 3 videos a week, do your 3 videos a week. But don't forget that Apostle also put out a decree of fellowship in once a week.
That's right.
You can't forget that.
That's
right. You can't hear what you want to hear. You know, you gotta follow them orders, man. Because when the orders get pushed out, they get pushed out through the spirit. And the multitude of brothers is safety, man. So you want to keep a safety net around yourself and around your family if you have one. And you keep that safety net around you when you follow the orders and you follow the spirit. These enchantments and these witchcrafts, man, they don't attack the elect.
There ain't no enchantments against Jacob.
You know, the only thing the elect goes through is the chastisement of the Lord, man. All right? The chastisement of YAHAWASHI.
Who were bought with a cost. 1 Corinthians 7.
That's right. You know, go ahead.
This is 1 John 2:13. I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I write unto you, young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one.
Yeah, see, we've overcome Satan. And how have we overcome the wicked one, Satan? By following the law, statutes, and commandments in the spirit of YAHAWASHI. That's how we overcame him, man. You know? So now we in the lap of the Lord. And the Lord has to chastise us, right? All right? You know, the Lord, YAHAWASHI, he's the one that he may send certain demons to try us, but it's not to destroy the elect. All right? It's so that the elect can actually conquer that demon. A lot of demons that get sent out to you people out here in the world, the Lord sent them to you to conquer your ass, man. Bug you out and take over you, man. But them enchantments and those rituals, man, we through the spirit, man, we defeating that, man.
Yeah, through the spirit. That's
You know, through the spirit. You know, and that goes to show you as we're doing so, it's going to accumulate all the way up until the point where we beat the big demon, the boss.
That's right.
He's big boss.
The Illuminati. We're going to beat
brother.
Dr. Cooper off the Nintendo.
Giant Super Smash Bros. Hand.
You know,
It'll be hard as hell to beat.
we gotta beat the boss, and that's who? The Illuminati, man.
That's right.
The elite international banking families, because hey, it's gonna get to a point where all of the rest of the Edomites will get moved out the way. We gonna go. The elect. I ain't gonna say we. I'm gonna say the elect is gonna run through troops. They're gonna run through mayors. They're gonna run through presidents. They're gonna run through sentinels. They're gonna run through city councils. They're gonna run through niggas, nigga women. They're gonna fight all these stages all the way up until the point where it's just we're the elite, man.
Yeah, just like a
We got my bad.
Slap.
We gotta find the elite. Where they at? And it's gonna be a face-off, man. You know? And who you think gonna win? Through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, the elect gonna win.
That's right, bro.
You know? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just like a chess game, you know, you get all the pawns and insignificant, or, you know, lower level pieces out the way, and we get to the end of the game, and you know, you got more crucial pieces that's being moved, man. You know, and that's the elect on one end, and that's Esau and the elites on the other end.
That's right.
And certain moves are being made now. That you know, these pawns, you know, they're just gonna be eliminated off the board.
Yeah.
Well, you know, in the third part of the Matrix, at the very end, when Neo, that final scene, when he was in the city, it wasn't nobody else on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
It was one Neo versus Mr. Smith that had basically had put his spirit in everybody.
Yep.
It was basically because remember he was fighting the main Mr. Smith, but then all the people in the buildings, because nobody else matters. It's going to be a square off, a showdown between the elect of the nation of Israel and the elect of Esau. Yeah, as Esau tries to draw us out to the main stage, please, these Rothschilds got to come to the main stage. You're not just going to draw us out. Esau, you elite, man. You're not just going to play behind the curtain no more, man. Y'all got to come out too. You, Evelyn Rothschild, you got to have to show your face, man.
Hey, it's like the analogy you use with the Matrix. In the movie, you got the main character. You got the you got the what do you call it? The antagonist.
Yeah, protagonist.
It's like protagonist. You know, and Esau been our arch nemesis since Genesis, man.
That's right.
You know, and then you got what? You got the other nations. You got the co-stars, you got the extras, supporting cast. Some of them don't even got names. They just say man number one, such and such. Yeah. You know, pizza boy 2, whatever. Yeah. You know, that's you peons, man.
Yeah, the so-called white man is nothing but Sid off of Toy Story.
Yeah, basically. I got some.
Just destructive, man. You know, go ahead.
All right, 1 John 2:13. I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I write unto you, young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one. I write unto you, little children, because ye have known the Father.
Yeah, and hey, we know our power. We know our Father, which his name is YAHAWASHI and none other, man.
That's right.
All right, that is our power, our source of power. That is basically our charger port. Yeah. That's how we charge our spirit, you know, and by us charging ourselves in the spirit, hey, as a collective unit, as a body, we taking down these enchantments, man.
That's right. That's right.
We taking this thing down, man. That's why it's so important and it's so vital to know your position within the body and actually work your office properly, you know, because it's not an actual competition betwixt the body. And we're not competing against each other. We're working together, you know, because we understand we have a greater enemy than the ones that's in the camps with us, man. Right. You know, now you gonna get enemies that's of your own people.
Yep.
You know, and what's gonna end up happening to them? They get cast the fuck out. You know, they're gonna have to step. It ain't gonna be no long drawn out situation step, nigga. Right. Now, for the brothers that's in the camps, you know, we got to work together as a cohesive unit, like the Power Rangers, because we got a greater enemy to fight, man. You know, we can't waste time, you know, on each other trying to fight each other.
Or arguing over baked chicken, fried chicken.
Yeah, you know, arguing, you know, telling brothers that, hey, brother, you know, bring your brother to counsel because he don't eat strawberries. You know,
Right.
but that's neither bullshit. That is dumb shit. That's neither here nor there. You know, the premise of the lesson is the clear signs of America's destruction. So we're gonna get more precepts and we're gonna wind it down, man. So Kamal, if you had anything, you can go ahead and bring it out. Okay.
It's Ecclesiastes 8 and Ecclesiastes 8 and 8 and 10.
You got it? If not, I got something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. It says, well, I'm gonna start at verse 3. I'm gonna just read it through, and whoever the Spirit hit, bring it down. Ezekiel 35 and 3. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and will make thee most desolate.
And how is the Most High showing that he's against them? Through his prophets. All right. It said in the last days that the prophets will consume Esau through the fire of his mouth. Let's bring out this word on him, man. All right, because he's fighting us through what? Deception, trickery, witchcraft, duplicity. You know, that's all the skills and the aspects, characteristics of the snake. But we are Jacob, man. All right, and we're gonna fight him through what? Wisdom, truth, and the spirit of YAHAWASHI. This is how we repel the negative force that's gonna fight against us. Tells you that Ephesians the 6th chapter. And then it's gonna get physical. Then we're gonna get physically busy on these crackers, man. Keep going.
That's right, verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be
New York,
yep.
St. Louis, like the brothers going into LA, Atlanta, Miami. All these different cities is gonna be laid waste. This ain't the time to be getting comfortable, man. Trying to project how far you will get in 2025. Man, the Most High say he's gonna destroy these cities, man. And think about even ancient Babylon and Persians and the Medes. You had different people that was getting comfortable in those places when the prophets was prophesying. Yeah. And next thing you know, the Medes is coming through and sweeping that whole goddamn city up.
That's right.
All right, same thing with Greece. All right. And Greece is still jacked up onto this day, man. Greece needs support from other allies and things of that nature. Hey, just like the brother said, 70 AD, niggas was bullshitting, you know, having a good old, grand old time in Jerusalem. YAHAWASHI telling them all this destruction and things that come to pass. They didn't want to listen.
Yep.
Until it smacked them dead in their goddamn face, man.
Yep. It says, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Now, what's something that's perpetual, continuous, man? This devil has never showed signs of friendliness, all right, to try to keep a relationship and keep alliances. This white man is the hammer, man. And he looks at everything like a nail.
Yep.
All right, he's just gonna smash and destroy. What it said, a thief cometh not, but to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yep.
When has the so-called white man gave us any type of rights as the people to have any type of property, so to speak? What market and district do we have rulership in? Here it is, you have the whole United States, which consists of literally hundreds, if not thousands, of cities. You don't have a city, one city that's ruled by so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they was here the longest, man. Since what, 7th century or 8th century BC. Yeah. You had the natives and the Hispanic tribes. All right, and the so-called white man came roughly probably over 1,000 years later, at least 1,300, 1,400 years later, and he swept it and cleaned up their whole cities, man.
From 7 to 1492. It's a long time.
Yeah.
Esau is like the brothers going into. Esau has never shown when we left Egypt. When we left Egypt and we wanted to go buy water.
Yeah.
Esau didn't let us pass.
Yeah.
Esau was like, nah, man. Esau didn't come out there with a
Nah, thou go that way. He came out there with swords drawn, man.
Remember, in the book of Esther, you had Haman the Agagite. They came up with that felonious, false ass decree, and he sent it up to the king at that time. It was the king of Persia. I can't remember which king it was. I think it was Xerxes. You know, and they put out a decree that basically to go and wipe out all the Israelites. Came from Haman. You know,
this devil hates our fucking guts
for no reason, all because I think it was Mordecai didn't want to bow to his fucking ass. Man.
You're not even worthy to be bound to.
He wasn't even the king. You was a pencil pusher, man.
Esau,
man.
Yeah, Esau. Just know if you are a person, no matter what color you are, it don't matter what color you are. If your bloodline goes back to Esau,
yeah.
Your black ass, your brown ass, your red ass, your gook looking ass. There's a lot of gooks out here that are actually Edomites.
Yeah. Hey, that's crazy. Hey, it's a lot of Edomites in South America, man.
Yeah.
You got a lot of Edomites in South America mingled amongst them tribes, man. That's gonna get it. That's gonna get it, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Because Esau gets his pickings, man. That's right. A lot of these gooks, they're not Moab and Ammon. They Esau.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Esau, it don't matter what color you are. If your bloodline goes back to Esau, you are gonna have that same perpetual. You're gonna have a perpetual foot up your ass, man. Right. Because you just always, any chance Esau had, he was bringing it to us, and we had to eat that shit for damn near all the time. We had to eat it. It's only with certain moments of a history, like with King David. King Solomon, you know, certain kings where they had their time and they ruled hard over Esau. But Esau always found some way to slither his fucking way out. Slide out, man.
Haman the Agagite later on. You had the Alexander of Macedon, Philip, whose father is Philip of Macedon, and they came out of that Haman or the Agagian line, so to speak. Agag's line.
That's why because King Saul was supposed to
That's the spirit I was just about to say that.
He was supposed to kill Agag. He was supposed to kill every Edomite, man, but he spared Agag. And Samuel got on his case about that, man. He got on his case, and then the prophet Samuel went and did what? He went and slaughtered Agag. And because King Saul didn't do so, the spirit left him, man. You know? And all the way up until this day, the children of Israel still going at it with the Edomites, man. All right, but I'm gonna finish this precept. Hey, shalom to Apostle Ramlab on the comment board.
Shalom.
You know, that was from Shabbat. I'm gonna finish up the scripture. It says, and in the time that their iniquity had an end, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, which his name is YAHAWASHI, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
And you're not gonna like this blood, man. Esau gets off on blood. He likes to eat bloody steaks, drink blood. So Esau is not afraid of blood. He don't mind cutting up people and torturing people.
They like to throw blood on their walls.
Spirit cooking.
They call it bruschetta or some shit.
So Esau doesn't mind blood, but this blood, you're not gonna like this blood. This blood is gonna overtake you. You're gonna be baptized in this blood, man. And it's gonna be you're gonna be in it, man.
Yes.
You're gonna be drenched in it. You're gonna be laden in this fucking ass whooping that's coming your way, man. And you know, excuse my French, but it's just like when you think about Esau, it's like this guy his perpetual hate for us.
He got millenniums of hatred for us.
Millenniums of hatred. Every time he had a little, the Most High let him poke his head above the ground a little bit. He wasn't thinking about bringing against Ham. He wasn't thinking about Japheth. He was like, I'm getting them fucking Israelites, man.
Yeah, and you fucked up because you killed a lot of members of the elect, man. And not only just in Rome, you did it in Greece. All right, you did it numerous amount of times. You put the elect to death. Whether it was by the hands of you personally, or you either sent another nation at us. Yeah. Well, what's up? Why you sending Hamites at us like that, man? You know. Or Ishmael. Why y'all come with some kind of joint allegiance? All because the children of Israel. Your hatred is so fueled against the children of Israel that is going to bring you to your demise, man. Hey, like the scriptures say, let them alone. The best thing you Edomites could have did was leave us the fuck alone, man. But you just want to poke. You just want to keep coming. I hate the Israelites. Your whole society, this whole American system, this whole structure of America is built off you hating the Israelites. What in the like? We're not building the kingdom of heaven based off. It's not going to be based on hating you. The kingdom of heaven is going to be based on uplifting YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. The kingdom of heaven ain't going to be based on us just strictly hating you. Your society is clearly based on that. That's why you have public school systems. That's why you push out lies. That's why you have televisions. That's why you have birth certificates. That's why you have prisons. You're the base. That's why you have the dollar bill, the Federal Reserve. The basics of your society is built because you hate the Israelites.
That's true.
You didn't even build your society or your country off of you wanting to glorify your own people or glorify your deity, so to speak.
Yeah.
Your country is based on you hating Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So because my bad, bro.
Nah, you good.
But because you didn't hate the blood that you shed, it's gonna pursue.
Yeah. This Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
God, that's the spirit. I just brought it out, but the spirit bringing it back, man. Go ahead, bro.
God. The blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. And
This is devil. Christopher Columbus said in his journal that not for 1 hour did he put his sword down.
Yep.
For the whole time he was over here, and he spoke about how peaceable Gad was. All right, the different Native American tribes and so on and so forth. They were peaceable, but he didn't put his sword. He forced that sword like that. He was just like. It was like the sword was possessed and he was possessed. It was just like, kill niggas. Like you said, they didn't build this about the uplifting of themselves. They said they financed Christopher Columbus, put him on a boat. He was charged up in the spirit to go fuck up some Native Americans because he knew who was over here. So he rolled over here with an anger spirit of like, as soon as we touch base, we fucking shit up.
Hey, even everything that. Why do you think that you have deputies and sheriffs? You have deputies and sheriffs that was set up in place to kill niggas. Yeah. It wasn't to protect you Edomites. If you think that's what it is, that's not why they had deputies and sheriffs originally. It was set up to hunt and kill Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Yeah, the whole basis of this whole society, everything from your TV to your phone to your grocery store. Why you think they got food depots in nigger neighborhoods, but you go to white neighborhoods and they got Whole Foods and Sprouts? Yep. Their whole society is based on hating you. Yep. They're not trying to uplift Dagon. They're not trying to uplift Molech. That's secondary to them, man. Yeah. They thrive off of hating you.
Getting away from niggas, man.
You know that they go to show you how diabolical this fucking devil is.
Abortion clinics. He put Planned Parenthood right in the hood, man. All right. So that's his hate there. Nah, make sure. What did the bitch Margaret Sanger say? That basically black children are just simply black people are basically weeds. That's how they view you. You just a weed on the earth. And nobody likes weeds in their yard.
Yeah, the so-called white man hated Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, man. Hispanic, they hated Hispanics and Native Americans.
Yeah, and all these different bywords they came from Esau, man.
Yeah,
calling them beaners and things of that nature, sticks,
redskins.
Yeah, even the term goop. Because the so-called white man has a hatred just for everybody, man.
Yeah.
Hey, when the so-called white man got in rulership, he did something different than any other king in the previous empires. He recreated a whole known world, man.
Yeah.
He changed the names. All these different modernized names come from Greece, man. Yeah. The Babylonian kingdoms, they just kept the system in place. Mm-hmm. You had Hellenization, all right, where so-called blacks started to get confused and call themselves Greeks and things of that nature. They rewrote history. Yep. They created all these different museums. And within those different museums, they actually rewrite history, starting off with where? Alexandria, Egypt.
Yep.
Where the Ptolemaic dynasty, that's where they stretched over in Egypt. And what did they start doing? They started to wear the Pharaoh's regalia.
Yep.
They started to call themselves the Pharaoh.
Call themselves the Egyptians.
Call themselves Egyptians.
Yeah, they blew the they distorted the ancient relics and things of that nature of ancient Egypt.
Knocking the nose off.
Yeah, knocking noses off, and like you said, they started to hold it. Well, that's why you got those Egyptian deities are nothing but Greek deities. All those Greek deities are nothing but Egyptian deities. All right, because they basically they not only stole our culture, they stole everybody's culture, man. They remixed the world.
It's flat earth bullshit. It goes back to the Babylonians and the Egyptians.
Or the sun revolving around the earth.
Yep.
Everything.
Hoppernicus.
Yep.
He's the one that came up with that bullshit
The
concept.
Trinity. Go ahead and get what the apostle got.
Yeah, I got this. It's a precept from the apostle. This is Genesis 27. But before that, he actually wrote, that was Esau's blessing, the sword.
Yeah.
Genesis 27:39. And Isaac, Salakia. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
Hey, that's why right now, so-called white man can go anywhere on the earth and be safe.
73.
He get welcomed. He get put up nicely. He get hotel rooms.
Red carpet rolled out.
Because his dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. He go and he established U.S. embassies in foreign territories. That was his blessing. Go ahead.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
Yeah, that's how they took over the world. All right, by the force of the sword. All right, starting with what? With the gun. Okay, that Gatling gun, man, that tool. Esau went around the earth with that tool, man, and he took over the earth.
And that wasn't enough for him.
Yep.
It didn't just stop at the gas. He went from there to the goddamn atomic bomb.
Yeah.
He just said fuck it.
He's still
It's still growing. Now he got nuclear weapons that'll just destroy a fucking whole coastline.
Yeah.
And that's how you know we at the end, because the Most High has to stop this man. Just think about, you got these people that's projecting what's going to happen in 50 years. Think about the artillery in 70, 80, 90 years from now, man. You will have artillery strong enough with combined, basically chemicals, just like with nuclear weapons. It comes from what, like nuclear reactors and things of that nature. That's why uranium, plutonium, and all that. They'll actually combine all these different things to blow up a whole basically blow up the whole world, man.
Yeah, because the area of destruction is only going to increase.
Yeah, the blast radius.
The blast radius is only going to go up from here,
because you have radiation and all these different chemicals that emit after it drops down to ground zero. After the blast wave, Chernobyl. Yep, where you have nuclear power plants, and through the chemicals actually spreading all throughout the lakes and things of that nature is actually rearranging the people's DNA. That's why you have these different mutant-looking people,
tumors and shit.
Tumors and people that look like trees. Certain people are Siamese twins and things of that nature.
High level of radiation.
Yeah, high level of radiation and different things is actually rearranging and abnormalizing their DNA. You didn't have cases like that hundreds of years ago. You probably had certain symptoms to a certain degree, all right, and on a minuscule level. But what does the so-called white man do? He heightens and goes to the heavens.
He's like the scriptures tell you in Habakkuk the second chapter. He is as death, and he enlarges his desire as hell. All right, that's what we dealing with here.
Right.
So if you calling yourself an Israelite and you talking about we ain't got to teach against Esau, well, Esau gonna teach against your ass real soon.
Yeah, that's right.
You think he gonna spare you because you ain't teaching against him? Yeah. He gonna teach you about himself, about his culture, about his heritage.
Say he came against those that be at peace with him. So you think this because you have an Israelite covering on you in his system, but you don't teach against him, that he won't come against you?
This man killed YAHAWASHI,
right?
The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, man. And he put YAHAWASHI to death.
Yeah, spiritual.
Physically, like the brother said, physically and spiritually came up against YAHAWASHI. You think he won't come against your measly ass, man? Right. You so-called Israelites. Israel, YAHAWAH. Yeah, they're gonna come against you too. You think just because you could call yourself an Israelite, yeah, we're not gonna teach against Esau, and he gonna spare you, man. His culture is the sword, man.
Right.
That's his culture. That's his heritage, man. That's his way of life. He don't know no other way. That's like a lion walking around with a pencil and a piece of paper and glasses on, man. That's not his culture. That's not his heritage.
Right.
He don't know how to do that, man. Esau don't know anything but living by the sword. It's actually etched into his DNA.
He
is the sword.
He is. Like he is literally the sword.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? This man is actually getting ready to go up against North Korea and Russia. You think he won't come up against a 2-bedroom household of Israelites?
Oh, you already did that.
You gotta be kidding me, man. That's why you gotta go. That's why you gotta go up against this devil. But go ahead. You can finish what that scripture, bro.
And Isaac is, excuse me, in effect, verse, going back to the Genesis 27:40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
That's right.
Like I say, that goes into what? Jeremiah 30 and 8.
Yep.
And it says in time of Jacob trouble that the bands of those bands shall be burst.
Yep.
All right. So when Esau tried to really push that on us, all it's going to do is push us out of this captivity. And we're going, and the Lord, and through the Spirit of YAHAWASHI, that standard's going to come, that edge going to come. And Esau's going to hit, remember the X-Men Colossal?
Yeah.
You know, he was basically steel, you know, titanium or whatever the case may be. That's what Esau's going to hit. And he ain't going to be able to do nothing, man, because it's like Esau. You're defeated from the book. You were defeated in the book of Genesis, man.
Yeah. Your blessing is going to become your curse.
It's his curse.
Yeah.
Because you got your blessing in the book of Genesis. You go to the Revelation, it tells you what? He that lived by the sword shall die by the sword, man. You had your blessing. You already were defeated. We already know where this is going. Your own weapon is going to be what is going to destroy your white ass.
Ultimately you're going to commit suicide with your own blessing, man. You're going to turn that sword going to turn on yourself, man. Hey, because that's why we fighting you with the Spirit.
That's right.
We know we can't come up against Esau. We know our battles, man.
That's right.
We know we can't come up against you how we came up against the Philistines, man.
Right.
You know, we know we can't come up against you Edomites how we went at the Ammonites and the Moabites in the book of Samuel, man. King David and the mighty army. We know we gotta size you up with a different method, which is what? The spiritual. We gotta follow what? The format or the formula of YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
And I'll be honest with you, Edomites. Hey, it ain't nothing personal, it's business.
That's right.
But we beating your ass.
Yeah.
Through the Spirit of YAHAWASHI, we whooping you Edomites right now, man.
You've already lost.
Yeah, you done. Now that the truth is back in the earth, you pretty much you done now.
Can't shut it out.
Because now we got what? We got assistance.
Yeah.
All right. We got assistance. But yeah, go ahead and bring that and we're gonna wrap it up.
This is Proverbs 20 and 26. A wise king scattereth the wicked and bringeth the wheel over them.
And that wheel represents basically destruction. Because when the righteous is in rulership, what are we gonna do? We're gonna steamroll over you goddamn crackers, man. All that wickedness, because when you actually killing something, what you gotta do? Or you destroying cancer, you gotta cut it from the root, man.
Yeah.
And that's why the scripture says no Edomite is gonna be saved.
Yeah.
All right, because what can one Edomite do? Repopulate and turn the fire.
Amen.
It don't take much to create a nation. It was 8 people in the time of Noah.
Agag. Agag. Yeah, you had an account in the book of Samuel where you had King, I think it was King David, and you had I think Joab was with him, and they said that they slaughtered every male in Edom, and they waited for a time span of about 6 months to make sure that there were not any remaining of the house of Esau. Why were they so vehemently waiting around to make sure there were no any stragglers? Because the male possesses the dominant gene. One male can repopulate a whole nation of people.
Yeah.
One male. All right. So that's how you know that, through the Spirit, the Lord is gonna wipe out all of you Edomites, right?
They still say it's traces of Genghis Khan. It's like thousands of he has thousands of offspring that's still living.
They say Genghis Khan, what according to their science, 1 in 200 people are related to him.
Yeah, yeah. And they go to show you, like, when it's time for the other nations. Yeah, he was getting it in, man.
He was a J too.
Yeah,
Yeah, J.
I think he was a nigga too.
But I was gonna say, when it's time to release the other nations out of captivity in the kingdom, man, we can't release you Edomites, man. Yeah. We can't let you go back into society and think that you're gonna function like a normal being, man.
That's being naive, man.
Put chains, man.
It tells you in Revelations when Satan was loose.
You know,
this is the result of Satan being loose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We gotta just burn this cracker up. That's the only job that we gotta do, man.
That's right.
Because just like the brother said, you know, even the nations are in subjugation to a certain degree. All right. When Solomon was in his kingdom, when he was ruling, what you had the Egyptians that loved Solomon. You had Hiram Abiff, which goes back to the Hamites, all the Asiatics and the Arabs and things of that nature. They all had a level of honor to King Solomon. All right, but who hated him most? The Edomites. You read it in the verses down. All right, with that first King, the 10th chapter. And I'll probably get that in a second. But anybody have anything?
Yeah, I got something real quick from the apostle on the comment board. It's Revelation 6:3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." Verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Hey, that's why we just gotta. That's all we gotta do is just keep pushing the word and let this Edomite on Edomite crime just occur, man.
Yeah.
Let Esau take Esau out right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? It's like it's basically like if this was Vegas, nobody's putting their money on niggas, so to speak.
Right.
All right, but we got the best odds. We gonna put our little coins on us, and we gonna take the whole bank. Let y'all destroy each other. Let Russia, let the U.S. bomb each other. All right, let the Germans get in the mix. Let the Italians, let all these other Edomite, them 10 toes, fuck each other up, and we just sit back.
Yeah, right.
And when the ruins clear, we'll step in and we'll take our throne.
That's
right.
Self-destruct.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, it says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another.
That power represents the rulership. And we already read what was his weapon of rulership, the sword, man.
Yep.
And his beguiling, his deception, that tongue, which represents the sword also, man.
That's right.
Esau, he knows how to work that sword.
You know how to work that.
What Gad called them fork-tongued devils.
Yeah,
They'll tell you one thing. They'll have a representative that actually speak on certain things, is giving lands.
Expert in deception.
Yeah, expert in deception. He's very elegant.
Yeah.
You know, you listen to these crackers on the TV, like, God damn, man. Ain't no stuttering, no nothing, man.
They don't yell. You know what's crazy about Edomites too? They don't yell. They're very monotone.
Poised.
You know, they're very poised. They got good body language. They got good control.
They don't lie with their eyes. A nigga,
Yeah.
a nigga eyes will be.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling the truth.
Esau is very he's very reserved. His arms is folded, legs crossed. He's penetrating you with the eye look and straight up and down, just lying like he lied like we tell the truth.
Yeah, it's witchcraft.
How we tell the truth, our brothers just flow and it just comes right out of you, just truth. That's how he lies. It's just in him. So hey, but that's how you know that spirit is strong, man. Yeah. Deception is a strong spirit, but it's not the strongest spirit.
Right.
Truth is. It's the strongest spirit, and that's what we have, man. That's what we have.
So,
you know. But I'm gonna finish up that precept, and then we're gonna go ahead and okay, I'm gonna just finish it up real quick. It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, and that was written of in the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter, like the brother Bars all just read about that great sword. All right. So this is going to show you, like, hey, when Esau got that blessing back during the time of Isaac, when he was on the deathbed, he didn't understand the full magnitude of that blessing. You know, now it's being really fulfilled. The magnitude of being blessed with the sword. You know, where little fucking 7 and 8 year old little girls know how to work a M16 like a surgical, man.
yeah, that's part of them.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But go ahead and bring what you got out. We gonna wrap it up.
All right. Well, like I was saying earlier, how when Solomon's kingdom, it was very, it was magnified and it was glorious. All right. And when basically Solomon started to go down, who was the first person to basically present himself? Esau, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is 1 Kings 11 and start at 13. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom. For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab, the captain of the host, was going up to bury the slain after he had smitten every male in Edom, which he was speaking about.
See, this is the account right here.
Slipped away, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's
you
what
know,
we're going to, yeah.
trying to, they trying to put that work in on Edom, man.
But the spirit of the Lord had a different
That's
prophecy.
Exactly.
That's
There you
prophecy.
go.
Esau he had to fulfill his lot. Like the brother was going into, he didn't know the magnitude of his blessing. Why? Because it wasn't his time yet. The Babylonians had to rule and go down.
Yeah,
The Assyrians had to come up and go down.
that's right.
Medo-Persians had to come up and go down.
Hey,
When those Median and Persians went down, that's when Most High set up the basis of men, Esau, and he increased his spirit. And that devil, YAHAWASHI put a mean spirit on this motherfucker.
hey, and if I could add to what this brother's saying, when this was going down, there were certain prophecies that hadn't even been revealed yet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar didn't have that dream of the statue in the 2nd chapter. All right, of Babylon and the different kingdoms. The revelations of John. All right, Habakkuk. Nahum. All they received certain prophecies of Isaiah. They received certain prophecies after Esau got that blessing, man.
Right.
So this going to show you that we literally working on the time of YAHAWASHI. All right, but then you got to remember how do we know that this is the end and that there is no other prophecies pertaining to the end of America that have to be fulfilled? Because the book was sealed. Mm-hmm. That's how we know that these times we living in now is the end times. Because back then the book wasn't sealed; it was still living. Right. It was still developing all the way up until when? All the way up till Revelation. The book was sealed, and it said who was loose to unseal the book? It was YAHAWASHI.
And then that's why I said that Thessalonians that the mystery of iniquity had to reveal itself. All right. Yep. Who was the mystery of iniquity? The so-called white man. Satan. All right. The serpent, the devil. All right. That's how we know who the serpent in the garden was. That wicked, beguiling spirit. That's how we know that Cain had the mark of leprosy. Mm-hmm. That same demonic energy. That's how we know that Esau is Edom. That's right. All right. Or the so-called white man is really Edom, because there was no such thing as white before the 17th century, man.
That's right.
These different people called themselves Spaniards and French or Dutch. Things of that nature. Before they was actually Americans, I think. Well, now they call themselves Americans, of course. Right. But that stock, what is the biblical stock that these so-called leprous people, because they suffer the skin tone of leprosy, the curse of leprosy, what stock these people come from? Because it's a nation of leprous people. Right? The Cain, man, Esau. All right, I'll finish this last little bit. It says, for 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel until he had cut off every male in Edom.
Putting in that work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what do that mean now? You need to have that same spiritual mind frame as Joab, man. Right. Put in that work. You're supposed to be cutting these Edomites up in the spirit, man. Right. Getting it in.
Spiritually marking them for death.
Yeah. You're supposed to keep that sword up.
That's what Esau do with us. Yep. Esau come in your neighborhood and want to put fucking blue tape and yellow tape on your mailboxes to mark you. Yeah. We supposed to do the same thing in the spirit. Mark every last one of these devils, like you see the video games with the airplanes, the jets.
Yep. We supposed to be hitting them shit like Galactica.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, well, look at Esau. Esau wake up 3, 4 in the morning. Yeah, they do whatever they do. They put their jacket on. They go out to the airport and they get into their chemtrail plane. And they fly over your neighborhood and light your ass up 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning. Own your shit.
Yeah. Curse you out.
Yeah. They own your shit, man. But when it comes to you being in the truth, you ain't on Esau as much as he on you. You supposed to be like Joab and King David in that day, man. In the spirit.
That's right.
On Esau's case, man, day in and out, man.
That's right on the right.
Pulling them prophecies out. Look at your economy.
Yeah.
Your country about to be destroyed.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be on this devil, man.
That's right.
Right.
In the spirit. You're supposed to be watching this devil, studying your enemy, man. Checking him out. Not don't give him no rest.
Spiritual warfare. Right.
That's what you call spiritual warfare, man. That's why brothers be linking up, brothers on their own personal time. They doing videos, they dropping articles and clips in group chats, constantly activated, man. Constantly going, man. Constantly in it, praying. You know, me myself personally, that's one of my favorite things to do is pray, man.
Yeah.
You know, just talk to the Lord, man. You know, ask the Lord for help. Ask the Lord to increase your spirit that you could fight this fight, man.
That's
and
right.
then when you ask him that, put the work in, man. The Lord gonna give you the inspiration.
Yeah.
You might not know exactly what you're gonna say on the lesson, but as soon as you hit start, that's the Lord's lesson, man.
That's right.
He's gonna put the spirit in you to say what needs to be said. But you got to be activated like Joab and the 24 mighty men. You know, the mighty men was on it. King David was on it every day in and day out. Look at the number of songs he wrote, man.
Yeah.
All right. This devil is he's attacking us from an aerial position, from a aquatic position, from a terrestrial position, from a spiritual position.
Information.
Yep. Informational to a relationship.
Yeah, and that's
And
all.
emotionally, physically. He's attacking us from every aspect imaginable.
And they have all those different aspects of the government that's designed to destroy you. Just like the brothers going through food, you have the Food and Drug Administration, you have the NSA, you have the FBI, CIA, and various other ABC groups. That's all different branches of this beast, man.
Yeah.
That's what the word government means, to rule over your mind. Esau tries to attack you in each and every way possible. But through the spirit of the Most High, us tapping into our spiritual government, we know how to repel this spirit. Because we're destroying this devil physically. All right, well, really spiritually. All right. And it's going to actually get physical, but through the spirit of the word, we understand how the system works. We understand where his witchcrafts come from. We're watching like as circumspect men. Literally, like fucking Adam, what's that? Spiders, tarantulas, man. Like 8 eyes on us, man. We looking through all directions like chameleons, man.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta be.
Yeah,
Studying and always
tape.
constantly scanning. Right? All right, seeing what's going on in the geopolitical spectrum.
Yeah.
All right, see what's going on in your cities, what's going on in the states, in the country. All right, what's gonna happen like we're going into these events? Because how are we working? We're not working from just 2 eyes from one man. We got a whole government.
Body, man.
Yeah,
When we sleep, his brothers doing lessons. When
Yeah,
brothers
yeah.
sleep, we doing lessons. All right, all throughout.
That's right.
You know, from the apostles on down,
That's right.
and blasting the spirit on his kingdom.
That's right.
Through the highways and byways, through these videos, lessons, blasting the fire of YAHAWASHI to these airways.
Yeah, bring this devil's charges out, man.
That's right.
Bring these niggas charges out. Bring these nigga women charges out.
Yes.
Bring these little numbskull snot-nosed niggas charges out, man. These little rascals, man. Bring these gooks charges, man. Bring up these Hamites, man. Bring up all of these nations. Bring up their charges, man, so that YAHAWASHI bring that judgment, man.
That's right.
You know, once you present charges, then it's left in the hands of the judge.
Because you in court.
Yep.
Yeah, it's court.
You know, and this is does not the scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes, the 20th chapter, I seen under the sun the place of judgment. And and it's another scripture, and I think in the book of Psalms, it say the Lord is a power that judges in the earth. So now that we bringing charges up on little nigga kids, we bringing charges up on little fucking black ass nigga woman and Hispanic salsa sliding nigga Hispanic women. We bringing charges up on chorizo and frijole eating Mexicans. We bringing up charges on Edomites. We bringing up charges on Hamites, Gooks, Japhites. We bringing up charges on everybody that ain't in the spirit of YAHAWASHI.
Niggas that's all for the truth.
Yeah, niggas in the truth. You niggas and you nigga women that know this truth. We bringing up charges on you. Why?
Yep.
Because we want the judgment to take place in the earth.
That's
a lot of you
Yeah.
people out here, you don't understand judgment. You don't like judgment, but we love judgment. All right, we love righteous judgment.
right.
And we won't stop until righteous judgment is enacted throughout the planet Earth, man.
Yep.
All right, you can finish it up, and we're gonna close it out, brothers.
All right. It says that Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with them to go into Egypt. And that's when that seed, man, that seed got away.
Yep.
But this time it's not gonna get away. Most are gonna put those spiritual scanners on us, and he gonna supercharge us to fly and basically take over the whole known world.
Yeah.
All right.
This lesson right here, we really can do this lesson for 8 hours straight.
Yes.
This could be a part. This could really be a part 2. We can do this. We can
This
do
is
lesson
exhilarating,
forever.
man. All right, because we just envisioning. All right, because right now we can't do these things physically, but we spiritually pushing out and fitting this spirit out. So what are we doing? Really, we're literally sighing and crying.
Yeah.
So when the time of martial law and the time where the Most High drops that standard on each and every one of our spirits, we're gonna have the power to break this place down,
That's right.
and we're gonna be like madmen.
Yeah.
All right, you think these crackers be mad? You think Christian Columbus is bad? We're gonna be the goddamn Edomite killers.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have certain titles with us, man.
That's right.
You know, we're gonna be like many Alashadjas, terrible demon-like powers, man.
Yeah.
Red eyes, and we might go berserk on this. We're
Covered in
gonna really go
blood.
berserk on
Yeah.
this place, man.
Glowing,
Yep, glowing.
eyes glowing, your arms and your face, your legs, everything glowing.
Might roar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
man. War cry.
No telling, man. There's no telling what you'll do out here, man. All right, so with that, man, hopefully this lesson was edifying, which, we came through the spirit of YAHAWASHI with that straight power, man. That's how we know that this is the truth, by our works. We see within our works that this is powerful stuff we're doing here. So with that, man, hopefully you brothers were edified through the spirit, and and brothers keep going hard, man. We can never say that enough. Keep going hard. Stand for something, man. Stand for YAHAWASHI until the end, man. Keep pushing this thing out. Stay in order. Have your brothers back.
Have faith, man.
Have faith. Pray. Endure. Do the work. All right, and stay in order, man. So with that, we're gonna close out, giving all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakah Kodash.
double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect, men, women, and children and their families. Shalom.
Shalom.